Hello everybody, my name is Santi. Today we're talking about Small World, so welcome aboard to the Meeple Wheel. Okay, so this is what a 3-player game looks like, and at the beginning of each turn you will have to choose one of these 6 races if you still don't have one, okay? You can choose the first one for free, or if you don't like the first one, you can pay 1 coin for each race below the one you want to choose. For example, let's say I want to choose this Wealthy Goals. Well, then I'll have to pay 1 for this, 1 for this, and 1 for this in order to take the Wealthy Goals, okay? So I'll take the Wealthy Goals here, and its ability is going to give me 7 coins at the beginning of the first turn, okay? So I'm going to take this 7 coins for me, and I will pick 9 goals. We have 4 plus 5, that's 9, so I have them here, and these are the race I'm going to use for my first turn, okay? So let's say I'm going to conquer some territories, because that's what the game's about. The game's about expanding your creatures and your races all over this small world in order to be the player with the most territories. So at the end of the game you have the most coins, because at the end of the game the player who has the most coins is the winner. So in order to conquer, we have to put our units in these territories. If you have an empty territory, you have to place 2 of your units to conquer that, okay? And now you can conquer only the territories adjacent to the territories you have already conquered. So I will conquer this for 2, this for 2. Here we see there's a unit there, so I will have to spend 3 units in order to conquer this one, and I would kill this strange creature, and then I only have 2 left. So this is my final conquering action. So I could conquer this one, and I would conquer it for sure, or maybe I could risk and try to conquer this one, because in your final combat you have this with this die, 1, 2, 3 and 3 blank squares, and in your final combat you're able to roll it in order to push your luck to conquer this one that requires more units that you have. So I would roll the dice, and let's see, I got a 0, so I wouldn't conquer this territory, so I would have to put my units in territories I have already conquered. So at the end of my turn, I'm going to collect as many coins as territories I have conquered. So in this case, I would take 3 coins. See, I would take 1, 2, and 3 coins and take it to my hand. Okay, so at the next turn, let's say every player plays, and at the next turn I have 2 choices. I can continue playing, leaving 1 or leaving 0 units, but it's better to keep 1 because you have already conquered that territory. Okay, so let's say I would conquer this for 2, this for 2. Mountains count as a unit, so I would use 2, and I would have to roll the die to try some luck. Let's say 2, so 2 plus 2, that's 4. I conquer this territory. So at the end of this turn I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I would take 6 coins at the end of this round, and the player who has the most coins at the end of the game is the winner. Another option at the beginning of my turn would be to go extinct. That means that you can't use this race anymore, but they will still give you coins, okay? I will go extinct, so I would leave, well, this one has a special ability that I can still use them even though if they're extinct, but normal other races won't let you do that, so you will leave 1 in each territory and they'll go extinct. So if no player conquers these territories, they will still give you coins. So at the end, let's say I would take this one and I would put my units here, okay? This, my extinct race would still give me some coins, okay, for each territory. And also my active race. You can only have 1 extinct race. So let's say I would play with this commando halflings, and I go extinct with the halflings because they're not useful anymore for me, then I would lose the goals, okay, and they wouldn't give me coins anymore. So that's how the game works. Once each player chooses their race, new races and new combinations will come out in order to players so player can choose those new combinations. So that's basically how the game works. As you see, it's really easy. So let's go to my top 3 about Small World. Okay, so the third thing I like the most about Small World is the artwork. I think it's incredible, it's gorgeous, and it's full of details and funny things. For example, you have this corny elves, which I think it's super fun. Then you have, I don't know, you have this dragon here, and it's incredible. It has a human, so it walks forward. Then you have this, the halfling house, which says, I don't know if you can see it, but it says trespassers will be shot. I don't know. I think it's incredible, the artwork of this game. I think Miguel Coimbra made an excellent work. The second thing I like the most about this game is the idea of money being the scoring measure. I think it's really, really neat. It's really smart because you will have to think like if you're gonna pay in order to get a race you like, you're gonna have to make sure that it's really worth it. Or maybe there's a very not good race available, but it has a lot of money that people has been putting there, so maybe it's worth it taking that bad race and going next turn in order to collect all the money that it has been deployed there. I think it's a good idea. I like it a lot, and I tend to like games that use this kind of mechanics of money, only money being the scoring point, or using points to buy things. That's something I enjoy a lot, and I enjoy a lot about Small World. Small World, that's a difficult word to say. Small World, okay. And the first thing I like the most about this game is a bunch of combinations that you can do between races and abilities. That's crazy. You have 14 races and 20 abilities. That gives us a number of 280 combinations. That's just amazing. It's incredible. And if that's little for you, you have expansions. I think that's crazy. It's great because it gives you a lot of replayability to the game, and it assures that there's not a clear dominant race or something like that. I mean, there's no clear dominant strategy in this game because each game is different. Each game has different races with different abilities, and I think that makes each game of Small World special. So let's go to my ratings. Okay, so for the theme, I'm gonna give a Small World a 3. I'm gonna give it a 3 because I think it's a cool theme. I enjoy it a lot. Fantasy races killing each other and battling to death, that's good, but it's a little bit mainstream. And about the feel, well, it's there, but you don't feel it so much, although the art helps a lot. So I think it's a cool theme, even though it's a little bit mainstream. I mean, the feel is not that immersive, so that's the reason I'm giving it a 3, because I like the theme. For the mechanisms, I'm gonna give Small World a 4 because I enjoy the mechanisms. I think they're neat, they're simple, they're fun. I do enjoy a lot the money for scoring and the combination between races and abilities. I also like the battling mechanic. I think it's easy, it's simple. That's it. You have the numbers or you don't have the numbers. Then you have this chunky dice with each kind of cool for me. It adds a little bit of luck to the game, but it's simple. And I like that a lot. I like that it's more about choosing the right race and its ability more than being in deep battle aspects. I don't know. Battle is really simple and I enjoy that. Although it's true that it makes the game a little bit poor themed. There's one aspect that's a little bit for me in the game, in the mechanics, is that you only play during your turn. I mean, you only interact in the game during your turn. So sometimes, as it might be a little bit mathy because you'll have to calculate which race is going to give you more profit than other, and you have to make some, should I attack this or this, and you have to think how you're going to attack and conquer territories. So that might lead to a little bit of analysis paralysis, and as you don't interact in other players' turn, you might have to wait a bit for playing again. But that's the only aspect I think it's a little bit so that's the reason I'm giving a 4 for the mechanics. And for the artwork, I'm going to give it a 5, no doubt. Gorgeous artwork, excellent, and the component quality is just perfect, plain and simple, nothing else to add. So let's go to my final rating. Okay, so my final rating for Small World is gonna be a 5. It's gonna be a 5 because it's a game that for me works with every group. I've played with my brothers, with my parents, with my friends, and it always works. I always have fun playing this game. It's just a fun game. It's excellent for me. It's a game that I'm always excited to play about. It's a game that I'm always willing to play, and that's the reason why I'm giving it a 5. Excellent game for any situation. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope the review has been useful for you, and hope to see you soon again in the Meeple Wheel.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.